Hello, I'm Karen Honacki. I'm a speech language pathologist, and I'm here to try to answer any questions that new parents may have about their young children. How well does your child hear and talk? Now, if a child does not respond to any noises, and let's start even with the birth to 3 months of age, let's start there. If they don't startle to loud sounds, if they don't seem to quiet or smile when they're spoken to, if they don't seem to recognize your voice, these are things that you should look for in a very young child. As a child gets older, there are other things that you can do, but with the universal newborn hearing screenings, that's been very helpful with making sure that our children can hear first. So the first requisite is that a child would have to hear before the child's actually going to be able to speak. So they're going to move their eyes into the direction of sounds. They're going to respond to changes in tone of voice, especially as they get older, like the 4 to 6 month range. They're going to notice toys that make more sounds. They're going to pay attention to things like music. So again, we have to pay attention to these things. And if we're not, then we're going to want to seek professional help, like from an audiologist or from an ASHA certified speech language pathologist. So again, we want to make sure that these are things that your child can do. And I'm just trying to give you some pointers. As they get a little bit older, we're talking about roughly 7 months to about a year. You're going to engage in things like playing games like peekaboo and pat a cake. They're going to turn and look into the direction of different sounds. They're going to listen when spoken to. And they're going to recognize common words like cup or shoe or juice. They're going to respond to some simple requests like come here or want more. So these are things you're really going to want to pay attention to when the child is young and then all the way up to about a year of age. So again, these are things that parents can do, things that they can look for. Now, as far as the speaking end of things go, prior to having any really concerns about their speech, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to pay attention at that birth to 3 month period. Are they cooing? Are they babbling? Are they crying differently for different needs that you might see? Are they smiling at you when they see you? So those are good things when they're first real little, maybe up to about 3 months or so. For 4 to 6 months, what you're going to be looking for is they're babbling even more with many more sounds, including those early developing sounds like B, P, and M. They're going to vocalize with excitement, displeasure. They're going to have some sounds while they're playing. And of course, it's important for you as the parent. You're going to be talking about your day, talking about what you're doing. You're going to be looking at your child and you're going to be talking about things that are in their environment. So let's say they really like this toy. Let's say it's a ball. You're going to say, oh, look, I see the ball. Oh, it's a red ball. Oh, bounce the red ball. So as you do things, you are going to be talking about it. As you give your child a bath, you're going to go over body parts. As you wash them, oh, look at these cute little toes. Oh, let's count the toes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as you're going through your natural day with your child, you're going to be talking about things that you're doing. Oh, I need, things like even with meal times. Oh, let's use our spoon. Oh, let's get the applesauce. Here comes the applesauce. So you're going to say things. You're going to talk about things that happen as they occur naturally during your day. This is also, again, they're very young. You want to do things like peekaboo and taking turn kind of games like that. So again, these are just some pointers. These are some things you can try. And as the child is getting even more developed, so that let's talk about like the 7 months to like 1 year old range. You're going to notice that there's going to be even more babbling, long and short groups of words and sounds together, like ta 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 ta, up 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 up. They're going to be using sounds to get attention. They're going to be imitating different speech sounds. Up to a year or two, we want to have those words starting to come out, like bye-bye, dada, mama. They may not be very clear especially at that 7-month range. But as we're getting into the year and a half, we're going to want to look for even more consistency with those sounds. You're going to say that back to them. If they say mama, you're going to say, oh yes, it's mommy, mommy loves you. So you're going to add to it. We're going to expand their language as they go. And then from that 1 to 2 year old range, again, we are looking at the children to say at least maybe about 1 to 2 more words every month. We're going to say 1 to 2 more questions. We're going to say more and more words every month. So every month from that 1 to 2 year old range, you're going to want to get more words. Now, again, they might not be very clear all the time. You're going to get those early sounds. And early sounds, I mean by the B, P, and M sounds. Ma, ma, ma. You're going to get those. You want to get the vowels pretty much. You're going to want to have them put 2 words together. With the 1 to 2 year old range, you're going to have things like more cookie, no juice, mommy book. Hopefully those are coming out. They're going to use many different sounds, especially at the beginning of words. Sometimes they'll drop those final sounds in words, and that's okay at first. But I just want you to know too that every child is very unique. They'll have an individual rate of development. Some kids will master sounds quicker than others. If the child is, say, the third child, you have an older child and a middle child, and then they tend to be the baby. Be careful for the siblings. They might want to talk for them. Make sure that they're getting that practice that they need to actually work on their words and their sounds. But again, these are just some tips to help you out. And just remember, you're basically throughout your day talking about what your child is doing and seeing. You're going to take time with your child. You're going to listen and take turns. You're going to read to your child. That is probably one of the most important things you can do. Make sure you're reading to your children. Point out the pictures in the books. Add to that. Remember, when they're young, we're going to accept some of the speech mistakes, but what you're going to do is, and please, parents, don't use the baby talk with them. If they are using another word for something, let's say it's their favorite toy, and they're calling it, a Deba Duba. Don't call it a Deba Duba. If it's a teddy bear, just say, oh, it's a teddy bear. Oh, if they're going, Deba, okay, that's okay. But what you want to do is you want to be the good speech model for them, and you want to say, oh, it's a teddy bear. Oh, it's a little brown teddy bear. Oh, would you like to play with the little brown teddy bear? And then whatever name you've given it. So again, remember, every child develops at their own rate. If you do become concerned, you can always go to a speech language pathologist. That's what I do. If you're concerned about the hearing, you can go to an audiologist. And again, remember that pediatricians are available. Remember that people are available to you, and try not to be too concerned, but try to, reach out. There's a lot of play centers. I know here in different areas in Cecil County, they have the Judy Center play groups, which are free. It's for children 0 to 5 years of age. There's also Child Find programs where they can be very beneficial. If you're worried about your child, they can screen them. So again, this is just some helpful information to help you out. Hope you have a great day. Thanks again.